Anti-Israel sentiment appears to be spreading across the country right now. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators and some far-left Democrats pointing the finger at Israel, despite President Biden pledging to full support of the Jewish state. Our next guest took this up on a FoxNews.com piece, writing, quote, "It is in America's national security interest for Israel to fully defeat Hamas." Roger Zakheim joins us now. He's the Washington director for the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. So what exactly is going on here with statements like this? This is Bernie Sanders criticizing Israel's offensive in Gaza. He says, quote, "The targeting of civilians is a war crime, no matter who does it. Israel's blanket denial of food, water, and other necessities to Gaza is a serious violation of international law and will do nothing but harm innocent civilians." What is your response to all of this?
Bernie Sanders has it wrong. Hamas is a terrorist organization, has carried out these brutal attacks on Israeli citizens and American citizens. And the United States needs to support Israel in allowing Israel to respond in force. Israel has tried containment. It has tried to allow Gaza to govern itself, and it's resulted in this tragedy. Over 1,200 Israelis have been killed, innocent Israelis. So this notion of proportionality that somehow would apply here would only increase death and murder of civilians. We need to root out the evil that is Hamas, and we need to give Israel the time and space to do so.
Yeah. Almost 10 o'clock in the evening there in Israel. We're watching Anthony Blinken board that airplane. He's heading for a quick flight over to Amman, Jordan, and he will begin what will be a Middle Eastern tour to several countries there. Roger, I understand you were just in Israel when this happened with your family. You were there on vacation. I want to know about that experience, but I also want to report this. It's coming into us out of Florida right now. Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, signed an order where they will fly airplanes to Israel and help evacuate Floridians who are living there now. And this is the White House didn't give us a number. The State Department did not give us a number. Florida is saying that there are more than 20,000 Americans in Israel now who want to leave. I don't know if that number is true. I don't know where they get that. But what is your experience, Roger?
Well, as you said, Bill, I was there with my family for the Jewish holiday, and it went from a wonderful holiday to a nightmare. And we witnessed Israelis terrorized, but it was remarkable as how quickly they pivot into responding, protecting their families, supporting the effort, deploying, mobilizing, and that's what I saw. But in terms of the Americans that are there, understandably, Americans who are in Israel want to get home. The United States government should help them. Governors, I guess, are helping them in the case of Ron DeSantis. But what we're seeing now, Bill, is Israel's war is really becoming America's war, with nearly 30 Americans reported killed. A large number as well are unaccounted for. We know that the National Security Advisor has reported that there are American hostages. If Hamas doesn't return these hostages, the United States needs to respond and bring those Americans home. So what's become clear in the days since I was in Israel to now is that, Bill, America is now part of this conflict. Israel's war has become America's war.
I want to play this out. This is just a sampling of some of the anti-Israel protests that we're seeing take place right here at home in the United States. Listen.
5, 6, 7, 8, Israel is always the same.
Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea.
Occupied people have a right to resist their occupation.
No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes.
Are you surprised by these popping up all over the country right now?
Yeah, I'm surprised. At the same time, the reality is that the President of the United States and our leaders in this country have the moral clarity to recognize where there is pure evil. And what Hamas has carried out in Israel is pure evil. And right after Israelis who have to deal with brutality and the loss of their family members and have missing family members who are hostage in Israel are the Palestinian people in Gaza that have had to suffer under this brutal regime. Palestinians in Gaza don't want to have Hamas rule over them. They have brutalized their own people in Gaza. So these are terribly misguided people that are sympathizers of terrorists. And They are a minority voice, and we have to remember that. The media is focusing on them because it's shocking that anyone could support such a brutal a group like Hamas. At the same time, they don't reflect the views, forget about the majority of American people, the overwhelming majority of American people.
Well, there's a movement in the Middle East, before this happened, toward peace. And Anthony Blinken now is going to meet with leaders in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Qatar. And you have to think that a lot of the leaders in these countries did not want any of this to occur. They were looking for economic development, regional development. They wanted that to happen. And it's quite likely that Iran was on the outside of that deal. And now we see what is left behind. Roger, it's good to see you.
Well,
quick.
Thanks, Bill.
You bet. It's good to see you. I'm glad you and your family are safe.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.